Mari,
How are you?
I'm good. What's up, mama?
Oh my God, I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I was filming. And this
No
is
worries.
water,
No worries.
not
No, it's not.
anything inappropriate.
No, it's not. Stop lying. How you doing during these times right now?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Just honestly using it a lot just to be as busy as possible, you
Uh,
know.
yeah, but
So,
also
yeah.
as present as possible. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just focusing on trying to provide as much valuable content as possible, trying to create as much content as possible because all we have is time right now.
Yeah, no, 1000%. Holy, we just jumped to 346 people. I was like,
Nice, nice,
Lord.
nice. I'm excited. This should be good. Well, it's definitely going to be good. So I guess I'll start this off by I'll talk about the what rent paid is basically. So for those of you that don't know, rent paid, the hashtag was built off of Rory Vaden's rent axiom, and what that is success isn't owned, it's rented, and that rent is due every single day. So that hashtag serves as a stamp of approval that you became the best, you did what you had to do to become the best version of yourself for that day, whether
Yeah.
that be physical, mentally, or spiritually. Right? Physically, you'll see me all the time. I'll post rent paid after I'm finished my workout. All
Yeah.
right. So that's basically, and the reason I brought you on, not because you're my sister. I've known you for a while. I've seen where you've started. I've seen what you've gone through. I've seen the fucking work that you've been putting in
Yeah.
since day one, every single day, whether it be uh, practicing for auditions, whether it be studying your scripts, whether it be creating content, whether it be dancing. I've known you for a while, so I feel like you fully embody what it is to pay your rent every single day, and I'm super excited to have you on.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Stop. I'm gonna get all shy. But
Nah,
thank you,
cool.
thank you, thank you. That means a lot. Yes. Just putting in work, you know.
Facts, facts, facts. So what are you working on right now?
Well, Josh, can you see me? Okay. Sorry, I got a little stuck. But no, I've
Facts,
honestly
facts.
just been going in with the content. Like my sister and I are filming nonstop. All of like the productions for acting stuff got obviously put on hold. But still
Right.
getting some auditions here and there. So just like working on that, but above all things, just really going hard at like TikTok, which is like so
Yeah.
funny
TikTok
because
is
I just
crazy
like
right now.
love it and I didn't know I was gonna love it so much, but the growth on there is so fast when you're just really consistent. So I've been really loving it. So I've just been doing that literally.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah,
Nonstop.
I'll try not to get addicted to TikTok during this quarantine. It's
Yes,
crazy. It's crazy. There's some
literally.
genius level talent on TikTok. Some of these
Yeah,
ideas, I'm like, golly.
literally, and it challenges you to be like more creative, and it's
Right.
just like it's fun, you know. You're just not looking at like everybody pretending they're glow up, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
or I just got a new house, or I got this. No, it's just like funny as fuck content and like good and entertaining. And I see some people that I've never seen before, you know, because in Instagram, like there's people from all over the world. Like there's obviously famous Instagrammers from all over the world, some that you've never seen, that I've never seen, but especially in the States, like we know our top Instagrammers, you know what I mean? For the
Yeah, yeah,
most
yeah.
part, like, you know, but TikTok is so much new people and it's just
Yeah.
really dope. I think it really gives people a chance. So I have been really loving it.
Right. I love it. I love it. I love it. I've
Yeah.
been getting a lot of your content. So I guess I just want to kind of give the layout for this. So basically, I want to just you to talk about your story at first, and then we'll transition into loss a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Also the loss of Fabio, and then we'll transition into how you got through that loss, and then we'll finish off with the success. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So
So,
you could just give me your background a little bit for everybody.
okay, for everybody who doesn't know me here, I
Right.
am an actress and a content creator. And I started acting when I was 19 years old and I just fell in love with it. And ever since then, I just literally did not stop. I went to college full time to study journalism and I worked full time in the restaurant business. I was a server, I was a college student, I was in the hustle of acting and just working my ass off. Like, literally typical, just like broke college student doing whatever she can to like make it happen and be able to audition. And it
Yeah.
was like really, really tricky. I was able to get into the NYU program for the summer program, and I'll never forget this. I like lost my serving job, and I was like, I'm not gonna have enough money because it was like, I want to say it was like the summer, just for that summer. I don't know if it was like $8 grand for
Mm-hmm.
just that month and a half, right, for their
Damn.
program. 8 or 10 grand. And I was like, fuck, like, I'm not going to have that money. You know, I'm like a college student. I was like, I'm not going to have that money to, oh, my mom's here. I'm going to just tell her so she doesn't say no crazy shit on live. Had to tell her. But, anyways, and I was like, damn, like, how am I going to make this happen? And I just literally will never forget it. And I was like, when I knew God was like really trying to get me to do this, I got a random check. My agent calls me. He's like, hey, you got a check that came in. You're going to really want to get this. And I was like, okay, well, I haven't booked anything. He's like, no, it's a royalty check from an episode you did of, I can't remember what it was. Maybe Devious Maids, I think. And I was like, okay, I literally get there and it's the exact amount that I need to pay for my first semester.
Wow.
I mean, for that summer semester, like the exact amount and then like a little more.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was like literally ready to give up because I was like, I'm not going to have money. Like my job, I had such a clear plan of like working as a server, like a certain amount of hours. I was going really hard and then I got fired. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like so upset. And then that's when I was like, oh my God, like God wants me to do this. Like that was crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's when I was like, there is a God, there is something there, and I have a vision and I cannot stop. So I was like, okay, so I got that. So I was like, all right, great. Tuition is paid. I'm good. Now let's just work so I can afford to live in New York because I was going to live in, what area did I live in? I always forget the name.
Where you saw
it, bougie ass area.
Oh, no, you're Midtown, I think. Somewhere in Midtown.
I was in Gramercy Park. That's where I lived.
Gramercy Park.
So rent ain't cheap out there in New York, okay?
No.
It's not. It's not. So I was like, okay, I got to work to do that. So I just worked as a server, like busted my ass, saved enough money so I would be able to be in school, like training in New York full time. I got to New York and I was like so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God, I'm in New York. Like, oh my God, I'm in New York. And just to make a long story short, I from there became like, it really turned me into like a beast because I was not only going to school full time, I was auditioning full time. Most of the kids that I was in school with weren't allowed to audition. You're supposed to just go to school. But at that time, I already had an agent and a manager. Right. So I'm like, I'm not about to lose opportunities. I think I knocked out over 40 auditions. I mean, I was not sleeping for over a month. Like it was insane. But all of that trained me and it took me to the next level. After I went to LA, you know, just like things kept on growing for me. And one of the last things I did was the series Ambitions on Oprah's network. That really allowed me, to go. And the story with that was that I literally auditioned for it and my agent called me and he's like, hey, they need you in LA. And I was like, okay, when? He's like, tomorrow morning. And I'm like, all right, it's 10 a.m. So I literally just booked a flight. I was like on the plane and literally I booked a flight for that night. It was like 1 a.m. by the time I got to LA. I didn't have my script. I had to be ready to be in front of Will Packer the next day and kill it. And I auditioned for the role and I ended up getting offered another one. So I've been really, really blessed because that's allowed me to go to the next step in my career. And content creation obviously took off for me before acting did. And it allowed me to be financially stable, fully, not have to serve, not have to do any of that and just fully make money off of content creation. So I feel like I worked really, really hard in content creation, which allowed me to follow my dream of being an artist and completely being able to be financially stable.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's always when hard work meets up. What is it? What's it saying? When hard work meets opportunity, that's where success happens. Something like that. Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. Like,
yeah, you're definitely prepared and you manifested that. Are you a vision board person?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
a vision board, goals, 3-month goal, weekly goal person. Yeah. No, and I mean, it was just one of those things. Like I was still working at a restaurant while I was working to be an actor before I got like Ambitions, before I got like, you know, that series. And I just remember literally one day a producer came in from a show and I was serving them. And I just saw it. I just went in the bathroom and I bawled my eyes out. And I was like, I'm done. I'm quitting. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to make money, but I got to quit. Like something's telling me I have to quit and I'll figure it out. And I quit and I started content creation and I went to LA for 2 months, broke. I slept on people's couches, but I was like, I'm here to learn. I'm here to know everything about content creation. I got to learn from the best. And I got to work with some of the best content creators and I learned everything. And from there, everything took off. I found my market and I just worked and
Oh man, how did you feel during that time? Did you know you were gonna make it, or did you have doubts in your mind?
I went out to LA with like 10,000 followers, right?
Yeah.
10,000 followers. And mind you, like when you're in LA, that's just like you're working with people that are millions, 100,000s, 300,000s, 500, you know, just the biggest people. And I was just like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just know that I'm the kind of person that like I throw myself in situations. So I always ask myself like what I'm really afraid of, and I throw myself in them. So I was like, I don't know what is going to happen after this, but I just know I got to do it, because if I don't do it, I'm going to really be upset at myself. And I just know that when you take chances and you work your ass off and you do things like because you really want to and you're a good person, things will happen. Like, and I truly believe that in my heart and soul. So I just knew that I would be okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. I had to take it just day by day.
I love that. I love that. It's usually when, as long as you put in that work, no matter what, you're gonna get a good outcome. No matter what.
You can't escape like the hustle of things.
Can't.
You just can't. And people always want like a way to figure it out, and I'm like, you can't. You literally can't.
And I love what you said. How you just you find out what you're scared of or what you fear, and then you throw yourself in it. That's important. That's where growth happens.
I like have this thing where I constantly, I would say monthly check-in of like what terrifies me, and I write it down.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, so I've like really, and like, I tell my friends all the time how much I fucking hate myself for it, because I'm like, I don't know why I do this. Like, I'll be like, what terrifies me?
Yeah.
All right, great, let's go. And I do it, but it's like, I think that I've developed, I just started doing it. I used to tell Fab about it, and I was like, you just gotta literally write it down. Like, what scares you? Like, what literally makes you want to throw up and die is like what I always say. I would literally be like, Fab, what makes you want to throw up and die? And he'd be like, doing this. And I'd be like, great, then walk that way. You know, whether that's vulnerability, even for some people, it's just vulnerability. It doesn't have to be a goal. It doesn't even have to be a goal. You know what I mean? It's just like, you gotta walk towards the things that really scare you. And that doesn't just mean like career wise. I think that really means even emotionally. If it means opening up to people, even if it means all those things, like I think we gotta really be connected to that.
Right. Fear is the way. Fear is the way. So what are your fears?
What is it?
What are some of your fears, if you have any left?
Oh my God. Damn. I mean, I have been going through some heavy therapy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's real. I think
Which has taken, I used to be afraid of a lot more things than I am now. I think like when you go through a traumatic loss, kind of like I did, you lose a lot of fears. Now my fears are just more like, maybe sometimes I'll think, maybe sometimes I have to talk to myself and be like, oh my God, like I can't do that. That's too big. So I got to like literally check myself.
Yeah.
But I don't really have the fear of like not making it as something. That fear kind of like went away after I lost my brother, because I was just like, there is no way I'm not going to be okay. I have the greatest angel. I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? So like, so it's just kind of like those fears have really gone down. A lot of times more so my fears are more like, you know what my fears are nowadays, actually? It's feeling like I am not living, like my family's not good, you know, emotionally. It's more emotional versus career related, because I really do believe I can do anything. Now I do. But before it's more like emotional.
Love that.
Raymond. Sorry, my dog. Let me grab him. Hold on, he just wants something. Hold on.
Nah, you good.
2 seconds.
Huh?
I said, give me 2 seconds.
You're good. Is your mom listening right now?
Is he what?
Is your mother listening right now?
No, she just went upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, my dog really wants food.
Oh, good.
Okay, sorry. He was not going to stop.
Oh, good. I think we can transition. I had read something somewhere. It was like, we are all faced with great opportunities and brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. And I felt that. And there's always a door. And that's how we evolve. We must endure adversity and challenges. And I know recently you went through the craziest challenge, fucking adversity. If you could just explain who your brother was and what happened. And I'll try not to get choked up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, you said you went through, to be honest with you, I'm like, so I can be like as vulnerable and as real as possible. It's something that I don't feel like I have fully conquered yet. I'm still going through. I can tell you that I'm a lot better, and I'm so grateful for that, but it's definitely something that I'm still going through. For people who might not know, My brother's a motherfucking legend, okay? His name is Legarda, and he was an artist, singer, songwriter, everything. And he was hit by a stray bullet. There was an auto theft happening next to him, and a bullet came to him without it meaning to. They weren't targeting him, and it was. I was the last person to talk with him on the phone. So it was one of those things that when somebody, I think losing somebody's never easy, but when you lose somebody so suddenly, that's perfectly healthy. That's not, when it's just, you just got off the phone with them about 30 minutes ago, right. It really, you're just like, wait, what? Like, you're just in a loss, yeah. You just don't see it. For those who don't know, the way it happened is the bullet came in through the driver's side, but it didn't hit the driver, it hit him. So for right away, as in the shock I knew right away that it was God taking him home. Like the way it happened, it was just too perfect of a second.
Right.
And even my family, we watched security footage to make sure it was not a setup, it was not a hit. Everything, the way it went down, people got interrogated, everything. It was not a hit, at him. And it's like, it's fab. Like nobody would have ever wanted to hurt him, Yeah. He was truly an angel. And that happened. And I think that's like one of the first times I talked to like friends publicly about it, okay. But I feel like I could only do it with you. Yeah. Yeah. But it was definitely one of those things that I'm still working towards. I do heavy therapy. I never took personally any like antidepressants or anything, because in my heart and soul, and mind you, that's something I'm speaking of, and I respect anybody who goes, because everybody handles their own way. I knew that I had to face this darkness like full head on, and it was one of those things where I was like, what am I afraid of? And I had to sit there with myself and be like, I'm afraid of feeling this darkness and low, therefore I gotta go to it. I knew that if I took antidepressants, like I said, I'm not knocking people who do it, because everybody has their own journey. Right. But I knew that I had to go to the nitty gritty of darkness, feel it, and I'm still feeling it, to grow from it.
That could be
yeah, and for some people who don't know, it's so crazy the way it happened. I booked Ambitions. I got the call I was supposed to go on set on the 14th. I got the call about my brother on the 7th. And I was like, and this is truly like when I knew, like I said, like I feel like God has been with me throughout this whole journey, but above all things, like I give it to my brother and to God, truly. But I didn't even call my agent. My best friend called my agent, and I was like, okay, they're going to drop me from the show. And I understand. I mean, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars in a production. They can't just say, all right, we'll wait for her. Like, they got to recast me.
Right.
Then Will Packer, the executive producer, he contacts my team, and he's like, we love her. Does she want to come back? I said, of course, just give me a second. He said, how much time does she need? I said, give me till like the 26th. They said, could you do the 23rd? I said, I need the 26th. And if y'all can't, that's okay. I understand, but I can't even function,
Right now.
And and it was crazy. And they said, great, we love her. We'll make it work. We'll move all of our filming for her, and we'll be ready for her on the 26th if she is. And that, I got back to the States on the 14th after everything happened with my brother. And the 26th, I was filming a series, one of my biggest jobs to date. And I will tell you that I prayed, and I would get done filming after 12 hours, and I would go in the car and I would hysterically scream and cry. I would have breakdowns at whatever moment. Yeah. But I would pray so much in between takes. I was just praying that I wouldn't. And I even told my agent, I said, if I can't act in this show, I'm sorry, I'm giving y'all the best I can.
Right.
And I really feel like God was with me the whole time. And my brother, oh my God, he was so present. Yeah. The first day I get to set, they have his, I put on one of his jackets, right? Just to take with me for the first day. And I go in the pocket, and there's a Snicker there. And he loves Snickers, and that's one of my favorite chocolates. And I laughed, and I said, okay, you're with me. And I had checked that jacket. I took it, I packed it, and I didn't feel a Snickers bar if I loved chocolate.
Yeah.
And I knew. And then they had his favorite dish that day. So it was just things where right away I was just like, okay, you're with me, and we gonna get through this, and my career took off that year. I mean, I was in a different country, I was doing press, it was nonstop. Yeah. But I had to invest in therapy, and that's changed my life, and it's allowed me to get through it. And I didn't drink for a while, I didn't do drugs, I didn't anything. I just knew I couldn't numb it,
That's fucking mental strength. Oh, that's fucking mental strength.
I will
And
tell you, I don't blame people who do it though, because it's hard. You want to numb that feeling. It's just so painful.
I
It's so
know.
painful.
I'm so proud of you for that. One thing that put me at ease is, you know, and like even when I was working with Fabio and we would just be like reading and just talking about the future, his main thing was I want to inspire the world. I want to motivate and make people happy. And he did just that. You
Yeah,
know, he did that. He served his purpose and now he's a god, you know? I mean,
literally.
he was a god
Literally.
on earth. So
Yeah.
that's what definitely helped me out with that. What do you think the greatest challenge has been for you since Fab's passing?
Man, I feel like the greatest challenge is it's turning off my human brain
Mm,
and not victimizing myself, or not victimizing myself in the sense of like not letting myself get to the place of like why me, but use
mhm,
it more so for what's the purpose in all of this.
mhm.
It's been just more, so I think my biggest challenge has been like letting myself also put myself first, because I tend to be like, how's my sister, how's my mom, how's my dad, and I want to take their pain, you know. I'm
Right,
like, how can I fix
right.
it? So I had to really figure out like how I was going to just handle letting everybody go through their stage. And also, I think the biggest challenge has been understanding that like grief is like not a linear process.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally up and down.
Up
And
and
that just
down.
because like 2 days ago, I think I was in bed and I was like hysterical.
Yeah.
But you can see me on social media later on. So it's like understanding that I can be hysterical, that I can
You can
have those
cry. Yep.
moments. And I
Yep.
used to
Yep.
get mad at myself, like, fuck, I thought I was getting better. It's been so amount of time, but it's like I had to be patient with myself and be like, no, Maria, this is your process.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay. If you
Yeah.
can't do that, it's okay. And going through that. So
Oh
that's
man.
been the biggest thing.
I know you had mentioned it before. You going through therapy. My next question was going to be, what did you do to push past those mental barriers? And what would you suggest somebody watching this to do in order to push through their mental barriers?
I think the number one thing is like, and like I said, I'm so not judgmental, because I cannot sit here and tell you that there were times
Yeah.
where I literally thought if I just maybe do some drugs, I won't feel this pain. Like dead ass. Is like really having the strength to not numb yourself, not drink, not do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we really don't, if we allow ourselves, if we
Mm-hmm.
listen, they're talking to us all day long.
Right.
Like they're communicating with us. Oftentimes we just can't hear it because we're either so hurt or because we're numbing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would advise anybody to like, literally there are times when I just sit there and I'll write to my brother
Yeah.
and I just tell him, and I'm like so open about what I want and what I need. And the crazy, like literally the craziest things happen to me. Like the other day, literally, I kid you not, I think 3 or 4 days ago, I was driving on my way to Starbucks. I haven't been able to go. And I used to go to Starbucks. I go to Starbucks every day. Like I am a
Yeah.
Starbucks whore. And I'm sitting there and I'm like crying. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, I just miss you so much. Like, this is so hard. I'm like, God, just give me strength, give me strength. I get like my breakfast order, and literally somebody with a Sharpie put hearts all over it. Like
Mm-hmm.
just handmade hearts that look just like Fab's. Like literally I have a picture of a card that Fab did that he did a heart in.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one, and I was like, oh my God. Like right away, I was like, oh, you're with me. And they were just like, the ink was still fresh.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like I've never had a Starbucks person just draw all over my food hearts. Like, cause
Right.
it felt like it, you know? It was just like something where I was like, oh, okay. Like, so it's just like little things like that. I feel like the best thing I can tell somebody that's grieving, it's like, feel it and feel it all. And I'm not going to tell you that it's ever going to go away, but I will tell you that you just learn how to live with it. And that and I will tell everybody to read Embraced by the Light. Like it's truly a book that's changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I literally reread it almost every night because it
Okay.
allows me to understand.
What is it called?
Embraced by the Light.
Embraced by the Light. All right.
Yeah. It's just like life changing, but just be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
Feel it and feel it all out.
That reminds me of Urban Meyer, who was a popular football coach. He used to have something called E plus R equals O. So it's basically E is the event, R is how you react to the event, that equals the outcome. So in order to obtain success is how you determine your reaction to the event. And I think you found a way to really go deep and hit that fire, hit that ledge, you know what I mean, in order to produce your outcome, and your outcome is success. You've been super successful ever since. I mean, and I'm super proud of you for that. So yeah, super proud of you for that. Shit, you're tougher than me, I'll be honest with you.
No, I'm not. I'm the whole fucking baby.
Yeah. Nah, but I want to transition into your success now, and you haven't even started, you haven't even began. You still got a lot of fucking things to do, and I can't wait
Yeah.
to see you on the big screen more often. But
Yes.
my question to you is, what does success look like to you, and what's your motivation to succeed?
You know, it's crazy. My vision of success has changed so much.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Like, it just used to be so much more about me accomplishing these goals because, I want to have a success. So I can honestly tell you that, as you know, we opened up the Legarda Foundation in Bogota, Colombia. And it has truly been the most life-changing, life-rewarding thing I've ever felt in my life. Like, no success that I have ever felt has truly felt like that.
Right, giving back.
Ever. Like, nothing. Like, there is no booking, no money, no contract. And I mean, I've been blessed with so much, but it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So now for me, I feel like success really for me means like taking things to the next level in my career, but not just for me, but to show people like that we're all capable of doing it regardless of what we go through, right? Regardless of how hard it gets and regardless of like where we feel lost in life. And I feel like the reason I do it now more than ever is for the foundation. Our foundation focuses on kids that are in a very, very vulnerable area, and we're able to offer them classes where they're able to be singers, actors, dancers, and they have therapy because we've realized that therapy is so important to us, And by next year, we're gonna have a building, like, and we're changing lives. And I really like that is my whole like. Now all the success I want to have is because I want to be able to be that for those kids. It's not really just about me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of course, I want to live good. Like, I want to travel the world. I want to do these things. I'd be lying to you if I told you I'm not like that, because I am. I want nice things. I want the greatest things because I think as human beings, we shouldn't be afraid to have them. You can absolutely have everything you put your mind to. But I feel like nowadays I want that success because I want to show people like, you can really do this, and then not just that, but you can inspire people along the way and like level the fuck up. So
yeah,
that's what that is for me.
I love it. I love it. And what was my next question? No, you know what? I'll skip that. I already asked you about being a vision board person. Are you a routine person in the morning? Do you have like a strict morning routine, like wake up, meditate, drink your tea, glass of water?
Okay, so that's really funny. So before everything happened with my brother, I was like the routine queen in the morning. Like, write things that I'm thankful for, write, all these things. And in the midst of it, because I am a human being, and it was really, really hard to not go through depression and anxiety and like everything that I've had to face, I got off of my morning routine. But it's really funny. I was like praying to God. Not for long, I was like, God, I just need to get back on that structure, especially this quarantine. Like, what are you trying to show me?
Yeah.
And a friend reached out to me about doing a 21-day group meditation.
Oh, love that.
Excuse me, about doing that. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's start. And like, literally I started, I'm not even kidding you, today. And like having all these people that I don't know be like, hold you accountable for it. And it was like, automatically, I felt like the old me that just felt at peace. You know what I mean? And I brought that meditation in, and I just started saying, like, I really do believe in like gratitude, like huge gratitude. So like, I do like to say like things that I'm grateful for every single morning and people that I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
And then I like to, words of affirmation are like very big thing for me. So like daily I do that, but now I'm adding meditation back into it because I think we all need meditation.
We all need meditation.
Fab came to Danny's dream and told her that if we really want to learn how to communicate with him, we gotta master the art of meditation.
That's funny you say that. That's funny you say that, because I remember back in the day, Fab was all about meditation, but he went on some trip. It was like a free trip. I think he went like somewhere in Georgia.
And he couldn't do it.
It was supposed to be like a week long or something like that.
He like quit.
He quit like 2 days, a day in. He's like, yo, nobody can look at each other. They can't talk. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Yes. Oh, I really believe in morning and nighttime pages.
Yeah.
How do y'all hear Daniela screaming in the background? Yeah, morning pages, huge morning pages. Like morning page person, just getting up and like before anything. Oh, one thing I do is I don't like to look at my phone first thing in the morning. I don't check emails. I like if I'm not connected to myself. I always told Fad this. I was like, if you can't even give yourself 15 minutes,
Right.
You're gonna go out to the world like that.
Right. Right.
No.
Right. Right. That's self-care. That's a big thing. I'm a big advocate for that. I don't want to say I do it every day, but I definitely try to get my first hour of the day to me. I do meditate every single day, whether it be 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night. But and my business coach, the Alchemist, I'm not sure if he's on here right now, man, Colbert.
Yeah.
He's the one that he embedded in my brain, and life has changed ever since. I'm able to become centered all the time. My confidence levels shot up. You know, my vibrations, I'm attracting similar vibrations, and success has just been coming ever since I started meditating. So really big.
1000%. You just become more in alignment. You're just like way more in alignment when you meditate. And today I was like, what have I been doing? Why did I stop doing this? I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard when you're going through depression and anxiety. It's hard to like get yourself like
Still,
to just
silence.
Yeah, it's
Silence,
hard. It's really hard because you want to like not sit in that silence.
Right.
You know?
It could be a scary place, but if you can control that, you can control anything.
Yeah.
And I mean, it starts internally, you know? It doesn't start externally,
sure.
like drugs and things like that. It really starts internally. And when you know yourself, you could change the world.
Yeah, 1000%.
You can change the world. Another question I have. So oftentimes we become who we surround ourselves with, right? We're a ratio of our 5 friends. Do you believe that?
Oh my God, I literally preach that to my sister every single day. Yes, yes, yes. So this is something, once again, not knocking any women that do this or whatever. I am not the kind of woman that is a trophy wife. I'm not gonna sit there and I'm not gonna like come home and like just be sitting there. Like I'm gonna go out. We're securing the bag. Like I'm securing the bag. I'm securing the bag. We're going to the next level. So my best friends in my group are all women that are boss women. Right. Because I'm not gonna have something in common with a woman who just wants to have a sugar daddy. We're not gonna have anything in common. I can't imagine doing that. You know what I mean? So I am very big about the women that I pick in my circles. Like I said, not knocking any women who have sugar daddies. I respect everybody's lifestyle, but I like to sit there and talk about business, how we're going to make more money, how as women we can invest in things, what's our next goals, where we're moving to. But I'm not going to sit there and just talk about guys, other bitches, and makeup all day. Like, well, I don't have that in common. So I am, somebody's got to say it, and I'm going to say it. That's it. That's it. So 1000%. I think if there is anything is that I have been able to get through things emotionally and also opportunities because of the people you surround yourself with. Right. So I think that if you don't want to be like, one thing that I always look at is like the women in my circle, if I had to switch lives with any of them, obviously I love my life, I wouldn't, but like would I want the way they're living? And if I'm like, no, I wouldn't want that, I can't have them in my circle because what are you bringing? I
like that.
You know? So I really like I said, I don't want any of my friends' lives, but if I had to choose, I'd be like, girl, I'd boss up in my career. You know, like one of my best friends is in tech and she kills it in her field. That's not what I'm interested in, but she's like a total entrepreneur. She inspires me, but I'm like, if I had to switch lives with you and I was interested in that, I would want your life if I was doing that career path, you know? So that's the kind of women that I really like to have in my circle.
Love that.
That inspire me.
I love that. I think that's super important. That's you're either gonna sink or swim off of the people you surround yourself with. You know,
it's everything. It's everything.
Everything. I think that's the #1 key of success. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know.
That and hard work. I really, really do think that. I think like the key to success is like that, hard work, and like being a good person.
Yeah, I think if you surround yourself with hard workers, no matter what, you have to work hard. Because they're gonna start being your friends at the end of the day. And that's gonna be
I think that's just like the biggest thing. But yeah, no, like that's something that I just really, really, really believe in.
I love it. I love it. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I have like 2 more questions for you. So if you could change one thing.
Can you hear Daniela screaming?
Yeah, what is she doing? Recording right
Daniela, shut up! Bro, I'm on live. She's like practicing her vocal stuff. I'm like, what the hell is wrong? Shut up. All right.
Oh my God. If you could change one thing from your past, what would it be?
if I could change one thing from my past, damn, like, honestly, like, I mean, obviously, like, when people ask me, I'm like, if I could have my brother back,
Yeah.
I'd give anything up for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I just know that, like, that's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be that. Because anything else that I've lived through, that I've gone through, I wouldn't change. Maybe I would just remind myself, I just wish, like, I could remind myself to be more patient. Bro, I'm sorry, I'm gonna kill her.
You don't settle. You don't settle. And
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You always
But
want
I
more,
mean,
more,
aside
more.
from that, like, no, if I can't have my brother back, there's really nothing else, because everything in life has happened for a reason in my life, you know, the best and the worst.
Yeah. Do you find yourself content in the present moment, or are you always like, I want more, I want more, I want more? Because I know me, it's very hard for me to settle, but I'm trying to work on, even through meditation, to love the present moment. You know, you're going crazy. To love the present moment, because we're never gonna get this moment back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I have gotten a lot better after my brother passed.
Okay.
A lot better. But you know, it was so funny because we just recently did, you know, we were able to raise money like for more than 400 families in Colombia. And my friend, you know, me and my sister were able to raise $5,000 in 2 days.
Nice.
Like, just using our platforms, we were able to raise $5,000 in 2 days, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
And my friend called me and she was like, hey, take a moment to, like, give yourself props, Maria.
Right.
Because, like, I'm just so, like, this is the curse and the good thing about having amazing friends. My friends kill it. And my friends level me the fuck up. So, like, I'm used to having just people that are just always killing it. That even when I reach a milestone, I'm like, okay, great, yeah, Maria, that was great work. On to the next. And my girl was like, no, dude, like, you're really making shit happen. Like, give yourself tonight to at least get off the phone and thank God, because you did something, right? You did something that, like, is so hard to do, and you're doing something during a fucking pandemic. Like, give yourself that moment. So I have gotten a lot better about it. I have gotten a lot better about just being in the moment and being grateful for every moment. A lot better before, but it was after my brother passed, because it just really taught me, like, there is literally, I swear I'm gonna kill her. There's literally nothing. I don't know what she decided to do this. There's literally, like, all we have is the moment, you know? That's literally all we have is right now. Nothing else. Like, so I've gone a lot better, but it just takes me checking in with myself and being like, Maria, I gotta write things that I'm grateful for. And then I check myself, you know?
Check yourself. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That inner dialogue is important. So my last question for you is, what do you want your legacy to be?
Damn, my legacy. I want my legacy to be like, I feel like my biggest legacy is, like, be a good person. No matter what life throws your way, no matter how tempting it is to do something just because of clout or because it'll get you the opportunity. Like, I take a lot of pride in the fact that everything that I've gained in my career, successful, money-wise, career-wise, like, chances, has all been truly because of, like, my hard, like, work. Like, I have never done anything unethical. I've never done anything that I wouldn't tell my kids about. So I try to live and make my dreams happen in the way where I'm like, will I feel proud telling my kids this? And if I do feel like I can tell my kids this story, then I'm doing the right thing, you know? So I think, like, that's what I would want my legacy to be. It's like, be a good person. Like, it sucks that sometimes in the industry, in the Hollywood industry, you get told, like, you gotta fuck people over, you gotta be a dog. And yes, I get it. Like, there is a lot of that. But aside from all things, like, I truly believe, and I've had people screw me and my family over, like, done some foul stuff, but, like, I'm not, there's nothing that I'm, like, lacking that I'm like, those people took from me, that, like, I'm better, you know, I'm better without them. I'm better without the toxic, and I'm better without that. So, like, even if you did me dirty, like, I just want my legacy to be, like, love, you know, love, and, like, being a good person above all things, like, just being a genuine soul.
I love it. 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 That's all I have for you. I think this was great. Just some words for you. Don't stop being who you are. You're gorgeous. You're a genius. You were meant for this world. You were meant to inspire all the people around you. You're meant to inspire the world. And I think you haven't even began to really embrace your true success, because you have a lot coming for you, and I can see it. I can feel your energy through the phone right now, and just keep continuing to inspire and keep continuing to give and keep continuing to love.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. This is so fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm really glad you're doing this. I'm going to be tuning into these.
Yes, please do. Please do. I'm gonna have some pretty cool people on. But other than
Yes.
that, I love you. Tell the fam I said hello. If you need anything, holler at me soon. We'll transition into podcasts and the whole YouTube presence. But
yes. Oh my God. Of course.
Yeah,
of course. Well, I love you.
I love you too. All right.
Mwah. Bye.
Be safe. Later. Do do do.